Rick, what's going on?
Brad, what's happening, man?
Man, this is the Mecca show. We've got everything going on right now, and we've got a lot to get through. This is going to be a really exciting show for
Well, I'm
sure.
excited already then.
So, we've got an MCU movie in the theaters this week.
36
Thunderbolt.
MCU movie. 36 of these movies now.
36.
36 MCU movies.
Wow. That is a big number.
That
Now,
is a huge number.
those are
I
all
had to
Kevin
look
Feige?
I had to look it up because I wasn't sure. It's like, how many do we have? And I just Googled it. And AI knows everything and the internet never lies, but they said it was 36.
That's huge. Then you've got some stuff for Paradox that I've never even seen you're going to show tonight.
I am going to do a reveal, yes.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it.
It's crazy. I've been following this since 93 and I haven't seen it.
Hey, I thought you were in the know, man.
I guess not. I guess not. And then the big white elephant in the room, everybody's favorite Saturday out of the year, Free Comic Book Day.
Comic book stores love Free Comic Book Day, but I also think they hate Free Comic Book Day. They love it because it brings a lot of people in. It really builds a lot of energy. They get to give back to the community, which is awesome. On the flip side, every store owner that we talk to, everybody that we work with, they are overwhelmed. They are tired. They are freaked out, and they're just wondering what's going to go wrong.
Yeah, it's the Black Friday for the comic book world for sure.
It's worse than the Black Friday for the comic book world, I think.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Hey, before we start though, I want to talk about last week's show for 1 second.
All right.
I have something I want to share. All right. We were talking about the Fantastic Four movie last week. Remember?
Yeah, the Roger Corman.
Roger Corman. So I found my Fantastic Four. Remember, this was never distributed through stores. We talked about that already. Yeah. But this was the original packaging for the Fantastic Four if you could get a bootleg copy. Can you see that? So this is the original packaging because they were bootleg. Let's remember that. Wasn't for distribution. So you had to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody to get somebody to steal one, I guess. I don't know. So
what year does that say that? Does it even have a year on there?
It doesn't have a year on it. I can't remember. We looked it up the other day, though. Wait a minute. There's a little picture there. That can't be right. 1996? That's not right.
I think it was 94, so maybe by the time it got to video, yeah, that'd probably be right.
So, but not only do I want to share this, I got to share something else. When I went looking for this, I love this movie. I really did. And the funny thing is we actually saw previews of the new Fantastic Four movie today, and the Thing, I think, looked awesome on it. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
Drastically different than he did here. But the other thing, going back to our
budget, a little bit different budget.
Big budget difference. The other thing I discovered when I went looking for that video from last week was one of the most rarest, most sought out videos for Star Wars fans. And I was one of those Star Wars fans that had to have it. Holiday Special. The greatest movie of all time. Now, I say that because this is Luke and Han singing Christmas carols with Wookiees at Chewbacca's home. However, what made this Christmas special so famous is, do you remember?
I don't know, but
oh my God, Anthony coming on here already saying burn it. But what made this so special? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Appearance of Boba Fett.
That's right. I knew it was somebody in there. Yeah.
So it is really hard to watch. I mean, this movie is.
I remember watching it. Yeah.
Oh gosh, but
I might have watched your copy. I don't know.
You did watch my copy, okay. But it's one of those movies that is so difficult to watch. You try to hang in there to get the Boba Fett scene, and then you wondered why you stayed so long. But it was the holy grail of trying to find videos at one time. So I actually had a pretty cool cover, how they did their stuff. You can obviously see this on YouTube now, like you can the Fantastic Four. But if you're ever really bored and probably a little maybe drunk, watch it. So
So it takes care of that just fine, huh?
It does. It does. All
All
right.
right, so we got to tell them what we did here. I'm gonna try to do this correctly this time. See if I can just pop it in there. And no, that didn't work. We're learning here, folks. We're learning.
I have something I want to show in a second when you
All
do
right,
this.
Nick, go ahead, because I messed up that there.
Well, we're talking about the new Thunderbolts movie, right? Before we get into
We are talking
Paradox.
about the new Thunderbolts movie. Yes.
All right. So we saw the new Thunderbolts movie today. Of course, it was the 36th movie in the MCU franchise, at least from what I looked up. I was a huge, not a huge, but I love the Red Hulk Thunderbolts originally. That's kind of why I thought we might get.
Yeah.
And the Red Hulk Thunderbolts, that was Deadpool, Punisher, Elektra. And this is obviously a totally different group of Thunderbolts. The original Thunderbolts, of course, was more like the Suicide Squad. It was all the bad guys. So it was Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad, if you will. But they actually took more complex characters and made the new Thunderbolts. I was a huge fan of the movie. I thought it was awesome. I wasn't as big a fan of the last Captain America movie. I thought this movie was great. But the reason I thought this movie was great is I love Florence Pugh. I think she did such a great Yelena. I also love David Harbour. That guy cracks me up. Whatever line
Oh
he
man,
whips out,
he's the best. He's the best.
he
For
is.
sure.
And Stranger Things was already a great show for him, and then he has switched kind of characters, and it cracks me up. So those two, I think, steal the movie. I don't know if I could take them for hours and hours and hours upon time, but Florence Pugh, I think Yelena plays such a good character and does it so well, and David
Yeah.
Harbour just cracks me up.
Oh man, yeah. I would have went and saw it for him if nothing else. That's for sure. I think yeah,
So
he's good.
my reveal, and can you throw up my graphic here in a second?
Yeah, let me see if I can. There
Ah,
we
there
are
we are.
at the Thunderbolts.
We're
I,
at
I will tell
Thunderbolts.
you, Thunderbolts may be a better movie, but Captain America had a better display.
Captain America's display was huge.
Yeah,
This was like
yeah,
what a 7-8 foot by like 4 foot. They kind of skimped out.
yeah. I thought that yeah, it's not even cardboard. It's like just a throw it up printed on vinyl there.
I think you set low expectations and you get people excited. So
Yeah. All right. So we've talked about Thunderbolts movie. We're moving to Paradox now.
no. One more thing
No.
about Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I need you to throw my graphic up. I just threw. So I have a big reveal. This is not my big reveal, but this is a big reveal. We in the new Thunderbolts movie. Go ahead, throw it up. I think Les Garner is actually Red Guardian.
Well, then now we know how he hurt his arm. He's been
So
telling us. Yeah.
So here's the funny thing for people that don't know, they're watching this later on or listening right now. Les L. Garner is obviously my artist for Paradox.
Yeah.
He's also doing Oz. He's got a series coming out, Bride. I hope he's not tuned into this video cast right now because he might be like, what the crap, man? Why'd you put me up there like that? But when we were watching Thunderbolts today, I kept thinking through the whole thing is like, is that Les? Did Les sneak into this movie? Is this
Yeah.
how he's promoting
You're right.
Paradox?
That now we know, and now we know the whole story.
And you're right. This is how he hurt that arm.
He's been throwing Yelena around. That's what happens.
Well, sometimes she is kind of tough and you have to throw her around.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to my big, real reveal.
All right.
Give me 1 second. Now you're sitting. Brad has not seen this.
You ready?
Throw it up there. So, I was talking to Jay Lee today, and Jay finished my cover for the tour edition. This is Pestilence traveling through hell on the Yellow Brick Road. So I'm running the Yellow Brick Road through hell. Pestilence, of course, is one of my four horsemen, one of the four horsemen. But this is a cover he just finished. June, his wife, colored it. This came out today. I'm actually not going to show this anywhere else. I'm not going to promote this for a while, but I did want to kind of promote it tonight, and you had not seen it. So
Yeah,
I think
great.
Jay did a great job again. Love the glistening on the yellow bricks and stuff like that. This is kind of a crossover story, and to kind of lay the foundation of why this piece is important is at Heroes Con. You and I are both trying to release tour books there that are
Yep.
kind of unique to the show. My goal was to have part of my tour book focused on Paradox, which is coming out the end of June, beginning of July, and to have the other part of the book focused on Oz, which is coming out August, September, depending on the date. Now, just so everybody knows, Paradox is 100% completed. Oz is halfway through completed, but it does an origin story of the 10 men in there, my 10 men, by the way, and origin story of the Fevers. So I thought it was neat to take Jay Lee and have him kind of mesh Paradox and Oz together. And this is what we came up with. And I was really excited when he sent it over to me today. And I had the inks on it probably a couple of weeks ago, but June had to get to it and get it colored. And so once again, this is where it's going to be revealed at. This is a cover that a lot of you guys will get to see at Heroes Con. You will only be able to get this issue, this Jay Lee issue, at Heroes Con. By the way, Jay Lee is confirmed to be at Heroes Con.
Nice.
Yeah. So a great place to get this signed by the legendary master. I love the piece. It's totally different than his other piece that he's done for me, but this piece is really cool. Just as a giveaway, he is carrying the weapons the Oz character. So he's carrying the.
I was wondering that. I saw the pitchfork, and yeah.
So he's carrying the Scarecrow's pitchfork, and the mace from the lion and the axe from the Tin Man. So it's to set up a story that Pestilence destroyed everything in Oz, which is the goal. And you'll have to read all the stories to catch on and see how it all ends. But that's kind of the foreshadowing of what's going on. So
Yeah, man, that's a beautiful piece. Of course, coming from Jay, it's gonna be beautiful.
And I am going to have Jay on one of our shows here soon. We want to do for the people that are listening, all 1.5 of our fans, and I say half because somebody's probably half sleeping, but we're going to start. We want to get through 3 or 4 shows where we've done this, make sure we had all the tech glitches out and stuff.
Oh yeah, we've got all that ironed out, smooth as butter.
I said 3 or 4 shows, and then after that, have like Jay Lee, and we're gonna have some of those guys on and talk to them about the things that they did with Resolute Bliss. And
Les probably wants to come on now for sure.
Les is actually, I just noticed he blocked me on Facebook.
Well, you did just call him a Russian.
Hey, a story about Les, by the way. I found this out many months ago. Les, once again, you all would have to know Les. He's from Kentucky, super nice guy. You meet him, you would not know what I'm about to tell you. Les speaks fluent Russian.
Really? That's true thing. That's a true thing.
That is absolutely true thing.
Well, then he's definitely the Red Guardian.
So he's definitely the Red Guardian. So he may have blocked me just now for calling him the Red Guardian, but when you speak Russian and you look like the Red Guardian,
yeah,
you're the Red Guardian.
Where would you go hide if you were the Red Guardian? You would probably move to Kentucky.
You'd move to Kentucky, hide up in the hills,
yeah,
start some moonshine stills. And Brad and I've been to Les's place in Kentucky. He's purposely way, way, way out there. He hides in studio way away from people.
Right. No
so he probably had the rest of the Thunderbolts out there in the back training.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, he could have. There's plenty of space.
Les is going to be he's going to be so mad when he watches this video. It's like, why'd they talk about me?
Well, we do have to put a good word in for him. So his Brides is back on Kickstarter. I think this is correct. Or it's in the preview phase or something like that.
It is. It's back on. It's live now.
Yep. So it is back on there. I know they had some, I think he had some creative differences with whoever he's with last time, but Brides is back on Kickstarter.
And we're really excited about that because I think Brides is going to do really well. And obviously I'm a Les fan because he has done the majority of my art in Paradox, and he will have done all the art in Oz. And he's also working on, I don't know if we mentioned it last week, we're going to be working on another story with him called Heap. It's the original Heap, which is the original Man-Thing, Swamp Thing, all that kind of stuff. So his Brides book, he did Apocalypse Girl. The guy's got a lot of talent. He does way too many pages per day, probably 5 or 6 pages a day. Scares me sometimes, but he definitely has talent. I wish him well on his Brides launch. And He's got to get some Oz pages to me. So if he's listening to this and he's gotten mad at me for giving him a hard time, I'm going to give him a really hard time. Where's my pages to approve, Les? So now I'm going to make sure he listens to this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, you're about to throw some bride stuff up there. Good. Everybody gets to see this.
Yeah, this is Brides. It's on Kickstarter right now. You can check it out. I just put the link to his stuff in the comments. But yeah, that's his, as it says there, relaunch. That is his relaunch. Oh, so yeah, it's in preview right now, launching soon. So you can go on there and get notified when it does launch. I mean, it was taken off like a rocket too. So I'm sure it's going to do really well.
Yeah, and like I said, Les deserves it. Les is a hard worker. He's been around a long time. Les is not a guy that is 20 and thinks all of a sudden he's going to make it big or something like that. He's been in rock bands. He really does speak fluent Russian. I think he joined the new Thunderbolts in the last movie. But
Margrave, you may have that may be.
I think we all did at one point. But so Les deserves all the accolades he can get. He's actually going to be at FrankenCon for anybody who wants to turn out. He is actually doing a show with us in Clarksville at the end of August. Is that right?
Oh, I don't have it open right now, but that sounds right.
Let me verify that so everybody knows. So we'd love to have you come out. You can get Les. It's actually August the 2nd. We're going to be in Clarksville, Resolute Bliss, and Les will be with us. We're going to be set up, get Les's autograph, buy some brides, buy some Paradox, buy whatever else that we may have out there. We'll have our tour edition, which will have that Jay Lee cover on it as well.
Now that's the one. Yeah, I need to get some stuff going for that one, especially for 42 Teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a great show for that. They actually do a lot of work trying to recruit from the soldiers from Fort Bragg and stuff like that and kind of make it a big deal.
No doubt.
So there's my two big reveals. Les is in the new movie and then Jay Lee's cover.
Awesome. So Paradox Reckoning, of course, it's on the preview on Kickstarter. All you got to do is go on there, click to notify on launch. I'm going to put that one in the chat too.
We are still in pre-launch. I'm going to throw some dates out for everybody. That's anybody who's listening. So remember, we are pre-launch right now. We are going to officially, let me get my dates correct. We are going to officially kick the button off on the podcast of Comics Exchange on May the 20th. We hit the button. We go live on launch. So
you mean Nirvana?
No. This is at Comics Exchange. We're doing a podcast with them.
Okay. That's right. That's the actual date. Okay.
Now, Nirvana, we're going to do a launch party on May the 31st. Jazz and Grant has graciously opened that up. We're going to do it during the day.
Okay. You got so much going on, man. I can't keep it straight.
You know what? I'm faking it. If I don't write it all down, I don't have a clue. So, but we do want on the 20th. We want all our supporters and stuff like that to really to get on the page and back it, or at least go to the Resolute Bliss page. And you can also sign up there as well. So we're going to be making a big push starting May the 20th, but we want to build as much groundwork as we could.
Absolutely. We've got, of course, the normal website here. All you got to do is hop on it. Let me get in there. Yeah, there we go. That little button right there, if you enter your email address, it keeps you up to date. That's probably the best place to go, right? To the www.resolutebliss.com.
Yeah, then we're going to sign you up on the Kickstarter and Zoop, but then we can also keep you updated and send you other stuff.
Yeah, because, I mean, basically that puts you in everything if you go to the website.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
And I'm a little bit behind on signing some people up and transferring them over. I've not forgotten you. By the way, we have actually, Brad, I don't know if I've told you this, we've been getting tremendous response through our website. A lot of people have been signing up. We have signups almost daily now, which is awesome. Once again, we're in pre-launch. This is only our second live stream. So I'm actually very pleased with how many people are interested. It's so many right now, though. I've not taken time to make sure they're on Kickstarter and everywhere else. So,
yeah, no doubt. I mean,
I'll get that done soon, though.
Things are rolling, as you would say. Things are rolling and happening. All right, we've covered Thunderbolts. it's worth going to see, right? So we
So you
concluded.
didn't. I didn't hear what you said. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give Thunderbolts?
Oh, I don't know. I can't. I'm not good with numbers like that.
I
I
give it a
mean,
9.5.
a
Whoa,
9.5.
pretty high.
Um, yeah, that is pretty high.
Rolled along. Like I said, I love Florence and David. I thought they were awesome. Julia Louis-Dreyfus character made me hate her enough that she kept me involved. There's a good reveal if you've ever read the comic books at the end, or a twist, or whatever you want to say. I just don't want to give anything away for people that
Right,
want to be
right.
surprised.
Yep.
And then make sure we got to tell everybody there is two post
Two.
endings.
Yep. Two post screen credits
Yeah,
or post credit scenes.
one's just meant to be funny, and the second one is actually very, very important for upcoming movie.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Stay and watch them. No, I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely liked it better than Captain America.
Did you like it
Um,
better than this? Than Star Wars Holiday Special?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember, for some reason, I feel like I watched that sitting on the floor on the carpet, when I was pretty young. So I don't know. That's pretty good memories.
You probably liked it at that age, is the funny thing. And
Oh
I was
yeah,
probably excited saying, look at Boba Fett, isn't he cool? Thinking, gosh, I hope he doesn't look at those costumes closely. Because they were falling apart. They were all over the place.
Rick still Rick. So we got a comment here from Margrave. Rick still stays in contact with Ziggy. Um,
I
yeah,
actually talked to Ziggy. It's been probably several months since I talked to Ziggy, but yeah, I think Ziggy's also one of Comics Exchange customers. He actually goes in there a lot. He keeps up in the
right.
comic world.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, that's right. That's where he gets his pulls at. I
Yeah,
think.
so very active guy. And
Yeah.
for those people out there in the world, Ziggy is actually referenced. And so I'll do a third reveal. Brad does know this. I have a comic book coming out. It's probably going to be called Area 8321. And actually,
What?
Ziggy is heavily referenced in that comic book. So
Nice.
pretty excited about that. Don't want
Nice.
to talk about too much more about that comic book yet, but for anybody in the East Tennessee area, or anybody that's ever heard of the legendary Ziggy, when you read that comic, you'll immediately know who it is.
Now, Ziggy also didn't Ziggy do a little bit of the drawing with Insight too?
All right. Well, talk for a second. Since you brought that up, I'm going to reveal something. We'll just make this a show of reveals tonight. I'll see if I can get Ziggy to tune in and watch what's going on. I don't
Yeah.
know that he likes to go by Ziggy as much anymore. I think it's always Ward, but
Yeah.
hold on one second.
Oh, I think I probably got it up. Can I make it bigger?
I don't think you've got this one.
Oh, maybe not. What do you got?
Well, hold on. Give me 1 second. Talk to the world and tell everybody how awesome the movie was.
The movie was awesome, but this is the one that I was thinking of. See if I can make it large here. The one that says Ward there. That was done by Ziggy.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you got it. All right, hold on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we have on our website a contest, and we're having people send in different Resolute Blisses. But that one was actually done by Ziggy a long time ago, and it's always cracked me up. I've always thought it was funny. It's one of my favorites. I have actually not even shown Ziggy that I have that or have kept it. So maybe if Bill's watching this, he'll probably send a message to Ziggy now and say, they were talking about you too last night. So I think, I just saw that I got blocked by Ziggy on Facebook too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're making friends tonight.
No, I'm just kidding. Neither one's blocked me. Hey, did you notice I threw Ben's up there too, which I think is really
No,
cool.
yeah. So that's cool. I mean, everybody's kind of kept it along with the alien vibe, and then Ben Urgel throws it up there and is like, well,
Superhero.
yeah. What if he's a superhero?
And that's the whole point about this contest. We're going to do a drawing for it originally, but
Yeah.
what we want is people to interpret what Insight is. He can be a superhero. He can be a cowboy. He can be I don't know, whatever you want him to be. That's the whole point. Insight, though, is our logo. As you can see, hey, hockey jersey that my cousin got me for my birthday.
We might have to talk about the playoffs. We had some teams eliminated today, or last night, I guess. Last night. We might have some teams eliminated tonight.
You probably will. So if anybody's interested, hey, draw us an insight, send it
Yep.
to us, tell us what you were going for, and we'll post it
Yep.
up on the site.
Absolutely. Right here's the website. It's just under contest right here. Boom. Insight contest. Yep. You can email that to us, and
Just something that we're trying to have fun with.
yeah, and it is fun because some of these are really cool. Like Les's alien looks real.
It does look real. Looks angry.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I want to meet that alien for sure. All
All
right. All right.
right.
All right. Margrave got a sidebarred there. We were talking about the Thunderbolts. You gave it a 9.5. I enjoyed it. So did let's say what's another good? So did you like it better than the two other team movies like the Avengers?
Um, I really loved the first Avengers movie. I really did. I think the Avenger movies are actually really strong. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I think, have actually been really strong, especially the first
Yeah,
two.
I would say I did like the Guardians of the Galaxy probably better than Thunderbolts.
I like
I don't
Guardians of
know.
the Galaxy.
It's
I like
tough. It's
Guardians of
tough.
the Galaxy better than Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
but I'm probably one of the few people that like Suicide Squad.
Oh
So
no, that's great. Yeah.
it's a great movie, and to me, this is like a better version of Suicide Squad.
Oh, now you think it's better than Suicide Squad?
I do think it's better than Suicide Squad. Yes,
Really? It's been a long time since I've seen Suicide Squad, but
you're just thinking about Harley Quinn. You got to move on.
well, I mean that's probably gonna make it a winner right there. But no, it's definitely worth going to see. It's a good movie. I hope it is the return of better, stronger movies in the whole MCU. We got to see the Superman trailer again,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping that's what it's claiming to be. That will be nice too. Trying to think if did we see any other super? Were there? Oh, the Fantastic Four
Fantastic
trailer.
Four.
Right, right. Yeah, the Fantastic Four trailer was in there too. So that I mean, team movies, man. That's what's going on. So
Fantastic Four has a nice. Everybody already knows this. Has that nice retro feel to it.
right,
With
right.
the new Silver Surfer coming in, of course, that's for anybody that's a fan of Ozark. That's Ruthie coming in on the surfboard. Don't know how I feel about this yet, but I love the throwback look that they were doing with the Fantastic Four. They had the old costumes on. Almost,
Right. Yeah, the costumes are awesome.
I
Yeah.
felt like I was reading like I picked up somehow got a '60s Fantastic Four comic book and
Yeah,
was reading
man.
it. So
Oh, yeah. It had a good feel to it. So let's hope. You know, I mean, it's got a good cast. I mean, it's not like they skimped anywhere. So that
nah,
should
nah,
that should
they
make it
they did
so.
good. I'm excited. We'll be seeing it on Thursday, won't we?
Shh! Don't be telling people what day we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
you
we
left that
said we
out.
saw it today, and it's Thursday night. I think the secret is now out.
Margrave, if you get him ramped up on that. He's not gonna get off that horse. It's the multiverse. We'll just leave it at that, I
Okay.
guess. The
All right, we're good. We're good.
multiverse. All
All right,
right,
what's next?
the big elephant. Free comic book day in Knoxville. I mean, man, this is it's like I said, this is the best week ever. This is where it's going down.
Is this your
Um,
Christmas?
it is. I mean, now we know what we're doing, so I'm not going to get to enjoy this Christmas. But
What are we doing again? I don't know.
I think we are going to be set up at Nirvana Comics with our brand new booth from open to close, which
Wait
is
a
I
minute.
think 9 to
So
7.
a brand new booth. Does the
Brand
booth
new
look
booth.
really cool?
Um, it blew my mind. Let's put it that way.
So
Uh,
there's a guy out there in the world named Matt Wilson.
yeah,
Matt Wilson is an incredibly talented guy. He did the Dick Tracy cover 2 years ago or last year or
yeah, he
whatever.
had a cover for Dick Tracy one. Yep,
And then he did some other covers, and he will be at Heroes Con as well. He
yep.
actually,
He
we are
usually has
so
a con exclusive too at Heroes Con. I think he had Nottingham last year.
Nottingham. That's exactly
Very low
right. At
run.
Heroes
I
Con.
mean, it was super low, but it was cool. Like I think it was 20 or 25 or 50 copies is all it was a con exclusive.
You know what? I bought one of them because I loved it and I thought it was
Oh
cool.
yeah,
But
absolutely, it
so
was.
our secret, I feel like, is once again, Matt Wilson will be at the show. Make sure you get one of our books, have him sign it, have Jay Lee sign it. Jim
Yep.
Starlin will be there, have Jim Starlin sign it. But where I was going with that is Matt is the one that actually put our booth together.
Yep.
And you're pretty lucky when you have a guy of that talent that will put your booth together. So when we say that we actually have an awesome booth that we're going to preview, or if you will, or launch at Free Comic Book Day, I think people are going to look and say, "Oh wow, you guys took over the room." Jazz and Grant may tell us to leave.
I don't think they're going to let us set it all up.
I don't think that.
I think we'll be lucky if we get two pieces up.
Oh wait a minute, Jazz just blocked me on Facebook.
No, I mean, yeah, it's you know, we see setups obviously at cons, and yeah, this is the nicest thing I've seen. I mean, I'm trying to think in my head. Now, obviously, you've got stores who do some awesome, like who did we see down at MegaCon that had their five pillars of their store exclusive variants? I can't even remember who it was, but obviously that's cool and that's artwork and stuff. And some artists have great booths, but as far as publishers, man, I think somehow we came out swinging.
I'm going to change your words just a little bit. I don't know that I've seen a booth better than this booth.
Yeah,
Whether it's an artist, creator, writer, publisher. I mean, we don't have 20 tables, and so it's
no,
not quantity, but when you talk about quality, it looks amazing. It really does.
it does, it does.
So Christmas is coming for you this week.
Yep. So we will be at Nirvana Comics from open to close all day. I'm going to tell you that we are in the room with the free comics. I can
And
tell you that if you want free comics, you've got to do Nirvana's bingo card.
tell me, what
Man.
does that mean?
So they have a bingo card each year that you do the stuff on the bingo card, and then you take it over to the free comic book table, and you get free comics. And this year, you've got to come talk to us and to get one of the stamps.
Now, here's the good thing about that. Before you get a stamp, you either fill out a piece of paper or you have to go on the website and register. But when you register, not only are you keeping up with the Resolute Bliss, we have some giveaways. Giveaway number 2 that I'm giving away is a pretty low limited print run shirt. It's probably going to be Les Garner's Hellraiser shirt with Paradox on it. So I'll be giving one of those away.
Nice.
Giveaway number 2 I'm planning on doing, or the first giveaway, will be a Paradox number 2. This is an original one, signed by Boris Vallejo, and signed by me if you care as well. But I'm
Now,
going to give a
that's signed by Boris Vallejo.
Boris Vallejo, the
Nice.
Boris Vallejo.
Nice.
So I'm going to give that away. But you got to take time and register. Whoever we will have Siri do a random drawing.
I don't trust her.
I don't trust her either. But we'll have her do a random drawing. I think Brad, if he gets his stuff in, we're going to possibly do something else in there. But so when you come by and you get that stamp, what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, fill out this little card or go on the website. All we need is your name and email address. And at that point, you go in for the drawing, and we should have the drawing done by the end of the day, unless we are exhausted or just simply forget.
Yeah, and we've got a ton of stickers. I've been making a lot. I've been making a ton of buttons. These were the rejects. I've already loaded up the totes for Free Comic Book Day, but we're going to have a ton of stickers like this one. Only this one's got a bad crease, so that one's not the one we're giving away, but you get the point. These are going to be on the table, free. We've got some 3-inch buttons on the table. Yeah, definitely come by. You got to get your bingo card stamped anyway for those free comics, so you might as well come by and say hello. So Nirvana Comics, we're in the free comic book room. Somebody else is in that room with us.
Hold on.
Seems to be on fire right now.
Hold on. Who is it? Is it, I don't know. Who is it?
I think it's Mark Spears.
Oh my God. That's the guy that's doing the monster stuff.
That is, and it's apparent, like I said, it is on fire. Now, he does have a limited time slot there. I think he's 10 to 2, but he will be doing signatures. I think they've limited it to 5 signatures. It's $30 for a signature. Of course, CGC a little bit more, and of course they have somebody to witness to if you want witnesses. But that's where you can find us on Free Comic Book Day. As far as what else Nirvana is doing, because they're always doing something, and it is
Chili.
just such a lively place, for sure. I want to add this up here. I'm gonna spotlight them for a minute. They've got their blind slabs, and man, these things are popular. So for $50, you can open the blind slab, and there's some of the rare ones they've got. They've got a Mark Spears Monsters up there, and that looks like a signed one as well.
They
Those
sell
are
out
awesome.
every time with these blind slabs.
Yep, it's crazy. They've got some pretty nice ones in there, that's for sure. See if I can move it along here. They've got their blind variants. So I heard Grant talk about this, but I was kind of half working and half paying attention to the same thing. But they're obviously loaded with some of their store variants too. And as you can see, there's a Mark Spears monster in there as well. Buy two get one free back issue. So they've got their tablet set up where you can search the back issues and see what's going on there. They've also got buy two get one free graphic novels, which is pretty cool. The other thing is, I think, let me go back one here. On the buy two get one free back issues, they're doing, if you're a subscriber, I think it's buy three get two free issues. So they're doubling down.
Now,
that's the big one they got going on.
We are very grateful that Nirvana is letting us be there on Free Comic Book Day. They will actually have a line outside their door before the doors open. It will be a madhouse. We're there with Mark Spears. I love Nirvana. Nirvana's great, but we got to talk about our other buddy. We have a very, very close friend, known him for 30 years. We love Bill. Bill is the man.
Absolutely.
Bill's having some guy that some people have heard of. What's that guy's name again?
Ryan Stegman.
Huge. If you've been following my posts lately, I've talked a lot about Stegman, some of the stuff that he's done, and he is a huge Marvel fan favorite. He's done some really cool covers and stuff like that. So he's going to be at Comics Exchange. Kind of goes back to, we live in a great place. It's your Christmas week, but my gosh, we have to have Ryan here and have Mark here, and all these sales that they're doing. And Comics Exchange is such a great place to go to as well. He's a good friend of ours. Wish him the best. I'm actually going to sneak out after Mark leaves Nirvana, and I'm going to go. Bill asked me to meet with Ryan and him a little bit that afternoon before they go and do their live podcast. But pretty big deal to have both of those guys here in Knoxville on the same day.
Yeah, so basically you're going to leave me hanging. I see how it is.
Well, that's how it rolls, yes.
So here's the Ryan. Of course, man, he's got the best signature in comics. I mean, that thing's awesome. But he signed the first two are completely free. So you can bring in any book and he will sign it. For the first two are completely free. Then after that, you've got some prices. Now it does say Venom 3 raw sig is 30 and a Venom 3 graded sig is 50. He is doing some remarks, and he says here he's got some blank covers. Now we all know how that works. If you're wanting to get some art done, you better get there early.
Yeah, I don't think he is going to be there all day, because I did remember Bill said that they were going to kick off their podcast around 6:00. So,
oh yeah, I think he'll be there all day. So I'm going to try to see here if I can read what else they've got going on, because they've got some good sales too. That all their back issues, silver and bronze age books, and key issues and Funko Pops are all buy two get one free. All T-shirts, hardback, paperbacks, and posters are 50% off. Toys, busts, and statues are 20% off. Then they've got something going on for a costume contest. The best adult costume gets $50 at the store, and the child gets $25 for the best.
So if I dress like a child, I can be in the contest?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay. And so children dress like adults?
Well, no, you'd be an adult dressed like a children.
Okay.
But they've 12 people in line get a goodie bag. I think Nirvana's doing that too. They usually do something like that too, where the first people in line get a goodie bag. They've got some raffle prizes as well, so that will be pretty cool. But yeah, man, I mean, that's huge.
It is. It truly is.
That is
Knoxville's an
huge,
amazing place in the comic book world.
no doubt.
So
Yeah,
we are going to try, by the way, just for anybody that's listening, in case you're a Mark Spears fan, since we are going to have Mark Spears locked in a room with us, if you will. Now, do not bring duct tape and rope to this one, okay? But since we have him in the room with us, we are going to try to do a on the spot quick video or something like that that we can either post later or maybe we do it live. I don't know. With us and Mark Spears talking a little bit about comics. We'll see how that goes. But Free Comic Book Day is one of those madhouses, if you will. It's a madhouse at every comic book store. And like I said, when you have a community like Knoxville, people just unbelievably really turn out. I know that there's people like we were just told by Blankenship the other day how Joe Linsner is going to be at Dr. No's in North Georgia. And so, I mean, they're all coming out,
excuse me.
big support, really cool to meet
Yeah,
some of your favorites, get signatures and things like that.
no doubt. Um, I guess we got to talk about Golden Age next, right?
Talk a little bit about Golden Age. Those guys are good.
Those guys are great. Yeah, Dennis out there and family. They didn't make such a. I got to read it to you, I guess, is what I'm saying here. So they've got two different people being there. Tim Moen is going to be there. He was a character designer and concept artist in the animation industry, and he's done a lot. It says Ducktales here, some other things. But he's offering a free class twice that day on drawing. It says 10 a.m. and then 1 p.m.
Should we take that class?
We definitely should take that class because we have trouble drawing stick figures, so it would help a lot. They also have another guest, Tristan Crisp, will be there. He's a local, and he's got a book, Dogwood Lane. So if you would like to go meet him, check out his book. He will be there too. They also say they have free hot dogs and drinks. I know that's going to get a lot of people right there. Free hot dogs and drinks. They've
Hey,
got
why
popcorn
isn't Bill
chocolate.
ponying up and getting free hot dogs and drinks? What's up with that?
No doubt. I think now I know one year went they had free cookies. I definitely took advantage of that.
I took advantage of that as well. You know what? They always stop doing that after you and I've come through the doors.
I would too.
They see it as a problem.
I can see that. I can see that. They've got costume contests as well as raffles and stuff. Um, so they are saying they're going to do something a little different here. That the best sell of the year and enjoy 35% off your entire purchase. So it doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter what it is. You get 35% off.
That's a good
They're
time
also
to pick up some Silver Age and stuff like that.
yeah. I mean they've got some stuff going on for sure. They've got a really big dollar room, and they say bring your own comic short box and just fill it up for $30. But they'll have some boxes there too. It just says they're limited. But here's the one that hooked me and maybe some of my buddies. Uh, they have a huge selection of Funko Pops. That's another room there, and they're $2 Funko Pops. It probably doesn't get any better than that. That's pretty cheap for a Funko Pop.
That's some Funko cheap prices.
Yeah. So if you got time, head out to Golden Age in Maryville. See Dennis. Check out some of the local talent out there. Seems like they've got a good gig going on for sure. I always enjoy that. I mean, I know we don't get to go out there because it's a little bit of a drive for us, but it is usually a pretty nice time.
Yeah, just go out and support wherever you live at, no matter where. Most comic book shops across the nation are trying to be supportive of Free Comic Book Day. I strongly suggest it's a great day to go out. You get some free comic books. You get to hang out with some comic book people. You get to meet some publishers, artists, creators, usually at a lot of these places. And it's just a great time to support everybody.
All right, next one. It's my buddy Rocky over at Crypto Comics out in Powell. He is bringing in Tom. I'm trying to say this right, McGuinn. He is an inker, is probably what he's best known for, but he's done some big stuff. And as far as I know, he's going to be there pretty much all day.
Actually, did you tell me that Tom was going to be there? I didn't realize that.
I think so because Rocky was saying, yeah, he's doing covers, and if you want to do a sketch, he'll do a sketch for you. So I know all that's going on, and of course he's signing too. So if you want to get some stuff he's done signed, that is the place to go. Rocky's also got $50 blind slabs. He's got a cosplay thing going on too, and he's always got some deals happening inside the store for sure. But yeah, it's out. So right there is a ton of talent, and that's all pretty central to Knoxville.
Absolutely.
And it's just this week, man. It's just huge.
It's
I
Christmas.
wonder if everybody's staying at the same hotel. What do you think?
That'd be a heck of a party. What if they all start drawing on the walls or something? They did a mural on the lobby.
Exactly. We might get the best mural anybody's ever seen.
That would be awesome.
I'm seeing what else Rocky's got listed here, but he's done some store upgrades, man, and of course, everybody loves going out to Rocky's because they get to see Loki. I'm sure he's going to be running the place on Saturday. Happy to see everybody. Let's see. Who you want to talk about next? You want to talk about Utopia?
Go for it. I haven't
All
looked
right.
at everybody.
So, well, our buddy Andy Gordon's going to be there. He's going to be there at Utopia Toys. As far as I know, he's going to be doing. He is the king of the Post-it note art. So he will be doing. He's there. I'm sure he'll be doing sketches. He's got his new book, Frankie Langley, which I believe that was in my stack this week, and I read it. Yeah, here it is. Boom. So this is Andy Gordon's book that he just put out with his buddy. And Andy's done all the artworks, the layouts, the colors, everything. He will be at Utopia Toys. You can pick that book up there from him. See what they've got going here. If I can make this thing, if I can make this as big as I need to here. Well, I've got a picture from them, but it's taking me to their website instead of showing me the. See if I can pull it up on there. No.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on. People
Well,
waiting.
their picture is a link, so I'm just going to have to read it to you guys. Let me add it down here to the scene. But Utopia Toys, of course, so they've got free comic books, of course, 2 for $40 on their buy 2, get 1 free anime prize figures. They've got select Funko Pops for $5. You can build a case for 6. They got some buy 1, get 1 free pop-up parades, buy 2, get 1 free blind boxes, and 20% off everything else. So that's pretty cool. Looks like they've got some cosplayers going to be there along with Andy Gordon. And his buddy Matt Stiles is going to be there. They're open 10 to 7 on Free Comic Book Day. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, just can you describe going to Utopia Toys?
Utopia, no. I mean,
It's not
it
what
looks
you
like
expect.
it's like a medical complex, but they've got a lot. They need a lot of room, so they made sure they got a place that had lots of room to get in there. But if you're in Cedar Bluff and you're heading to the post office and it's on the left, that's the best directions I can give.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They've been there for over 2 years. We just discovered them 3-4 months ago. So
Yeah, they have been there for a while, and we are. Yeah, I mean it's hidden. If you don't know it's there, you will drive by it 100 times. You can check out Brick House. They've got some stuff going on. He's got a video describing everything he's got going on. So if you want to hit up, Brick House, there's Pat talking about it. You can click over there and see what they've got going on. But he's got a free comic book day happening. We missed free hockey card day. I'm gonna blame that on you.
I hated it too.
Yeah, that's one that doesn't get a lot of love, does it?
No, it gets 0 love. I think we're like, hey, speaking of hockey, Nirvana on Saturday. Did you see they announced Chili's going to be there?
Yeah, that's right. That's one that's going to be there. So if you're, an Ice Bears fan, Chili's going to be there. People are already saying they're going to fight Chili in the parking lot. So
Oh
if nothing
goodness.
else, that's going to be entertaining. When with all the cosplayers that show up to Nirvana, you never know who might be fighting Chili. We definitely would probably get to see one of the Spider-Mans fight Chili.
That's
That
true.
would
That's
be
true.
good. Yeah, you never know. But man, it
All
is
right,
going
give
to
me
be.
your favorite comic of the week.
Ooh, man. So last week we talked, and I was heavily complaining about the Red Sonja omnibus. I did finish it, and I will tell you that later on, the all right, Margrave wants us to. Margrave says they're all staying at Stark Tower. That's where they're at. That's where all the artists are at, and that makes sense.
I need the address though to that.
I will tell you. Remember me complaining that they're in the beginning of this book. They'll give you asterisks, but they don't
Hmm.
tell you if they've been removed. Well, it did get a little bit better in the end. There was one on one of the stories near the end where they did use the asterisk. Yeah, I don't know, man. I did a. I got through a pretty good stack this week. Um, I finally read the Hush too.
Did you like
Uh,
it?
yeah, it
Ooh.
was fine. I think that some reviews had me worried pretty bad, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know what my favorite book was. I did read a very old one, Dark Crystal #1.
Oh my god, where'd you
That
get that
slipped
at?
in there. That slipped in there, but yeah, it got read.
Yeah, but where'd you pick that up at? I'm usually with you. I didn't see you get that.
I'm not 100% sure.
Did you
Um,
like Dark Crystal? It's been a long time since I read that.
I mean, I guess kept thinking about the movie while I was reading it. I was like, oh man, I kind of want to go back and watch the movie. I always have to give a shout out to my boy Jimmy Palmiotti, Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. I'm only buying this book because Jimmy's writing it and he's doing a terrific job, for sure. That had no interest to me,
He
but
is an
he's
awesome
writing
guy.
it, and I mean, it's good. It's not like it's bad by any means. I'm glad that he's writing it and I got to read it. Let's see here. Along that same time, I read the Medieval Spawn. So I had awesome memories of some medieval. I think it was Spawn #9.
It was good.
Excuse me. Is when Medieval Spawn first appeared, and of course that was originally done by Neil Gaiman. So it was more of a we're gonna give credit to Neil because I don't think we can no more. But that's he was the original co-creator, however it works out. But that was his issue, and he also did Angel with that issue and all that stuff. So I did read it, and it brought back tons of nostalgia. So I enjoyed it. But yeah, it's a good week for comics. I don't think I read anything I didn't. Was like, then that's the okay. There was maybe one. I'm sorry. Somewhere I picked up. I think this. Can't remember where this got picked up at. What if? But I think it was $1. What if Galactus transformed Rogue?
I read that one. I did not like it.
Yeah. It's a one shot, so we'll leave it there. It's like,
They did. I don't know if you know this. They did a bunch of what if Galactus with those characters, and to be honest, the majority of those I did
same
not
story.
like.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
story over.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's the
It's the
problem as
exact
well.
same story over and over. And it's funny. Almost every story has Galactus destroying the Earth. Boy, and somehow they pull it off every time. It's truly the same story. It's like Galactus really wants the Earth. I mean, it's on top of his list. So, um,
Well, you got to set the story up somehow.
well, you think go save Mars or go save Saturn or something. I don't know. Find another planet.
Yeah, that was probably the weakest one. Speaking of Mars, I did you Red Sonja? That it's fine. It's another one. You got to give a shout out to somehow that was in my backlog to read the #2 of Hell's Half Acre, Denton Tipton. Not local anymore, but he was from Knoxville here, and it's wonderful at Magma Comics.
Denton has done a lot of writing. Please follow him. He's a good guy. We've known him for a very long time.
Colossus #1 I picked up. That was just some nostalgia as well. I think that was '97. But yeah, man, I just burned through some books this week. But tell me, what about you? What did you read this week that you enjoyed?
Throw my image up there.
All right, we can make that
I
happen.
read Spider-Man versus Predator, and I was shocked how good I thought it was. Now, I want to be very
Really?
clear. Anytime the Predator has done any of the Marvel stuff, Wolverine, whoever, I've always liked the stories. This one, I'm not a not Spider-Man fan. I am and I'm not, if that makes sense. Um, I love this story. I really thought it pushed Spider-Man a different way, left on a cliffhanger with Mary Jane. It was very much like I said last week how Disney got Daredevil right. It wasn't
Yep.
ice princesses, things like that. This movie is not or this book is not a typical Spider-Man book. This is not the young web slinger going through choices and growing up, stuff like this. This is a very gruesome, violent, all predator Spider-Man trying to figure out how he fits in the whole story. And like I said, I like what they did with Mary Jane. I'm actually very excited to see what happens in the very next issue. Uh, but I really, really, really like
So is
this.
this like a 4-issue miniseries,
I'm not sure how
5-issue
many.
miniseries,
It is a
something like
mini
that?
series. I'm not sure how many it is, but definitely worth picking up. Actually, all the Predator stuff against Marvel characters are all really good. This one actually stands out. Wolverine was my favorite originally. This is probably not my favorite. At
This
least
is this is recent too, right?
it's recent. I think this came out last week.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's been out that long.
Okay. Let me see here if I can. That's not the right one. I was trying to see if I could find it. No, this is the right one. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It looks like 4 issues, 4-issue miniseries.
Definitely worth picking up. That's all I can say.
I think I'm on the right one at least. Predator versus Spider-Man, right? That's what
Yeah, it's
that's
the
what
only
we
time
got.
I think he's ever done Spider-Man that I know of.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you had something you like because that's a little bit off your beaten path, if I had to guess.
It is. It is. It's not normally something you see me pick up. So
Now, did you pick up the new Daredevil? Because I'm hearing nothing but good things about it.
I have picked up the new Daredevil. I have not read the new Daredevil.
Because I did not pick it up. I don't know. I passed it by, but now I'm hearing nothing but good things about it. Of course, I'm
I,
normally kind of hit and miss on Daredevil anyway, but
well, I was guessing Mac would tell me if I need to read it or not, since Mac and I are both Daredevil fans.
yep, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I may have to pick that one up myself at least. All right, we're closing down on our hour.
All right, did we cover everything? We talked about our big premiere with Paradox. That's the Jay Lee cover. Talked
Yep,
about Thunderbolts, a little bit of pop culture. The movie just came out. We both say, hey, you should go see it.
yep,
Resolute Bliss, we are chucking along. We've given some
yep,
important dates out of when our launch is. For
yep.
Paradox, we're in pre-launch right now. Please, please, please support us. We can't make this without you, so we appreciate
Definitely.
it. Lots going on with Free Comic Day. I know we went a little local, but that's where we're at, and we want to talk and throw a little bit of cover to all our comic book stores and say, hey, thank you for your support. We did not cover everybody in any means. And like I
No.
said, it was more local than we needed probably to be, but we just want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, looking
Um,
abroad, man. I mean, there are some stores going crazy, and it's awesome. I mean, it's not just Knoxville. We're just not we're just lucky to have what we have, but there are some places out there going crazy.
well, like I said,
Good.
Joe Michael Linsner going into Dr. Nose
Yeah.
in North Georgia in a place I'm not even sure where they're located in North Georgia.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, just go out and support your local comic books. So,
Yeah. You're gonna have a good time this
you
Saturday,
are,
and
you are.
you're gonna get a ton of free books. I mean, that's a huge list. Um,
Absolutely.
and when you come by and see us, like I said, we've got stickers, buttons on the table. They're no purchase necessary. We hope you sign up on Resolute Bliss, but you don't have to. But we will be handing them out while we got them. All right.
You do have to sign up if you want a chance for a drawing.
Yeah, if you're going to get a signed copy of Boris Vallejo, that's yeah, absolutely, that's
And a
awesome.
T-shirt and
Yeah,
potentially something else. So yeah,
that's wonderful. Yeah, man, that's good. All right, Rick, we're ready for this Saturday. No matter what, we're ready.
Yeah, I'll meet you over there about 4 p.m.
Look, you're already trying to ditch me to go hang out with Stegman. So
You know, if Stegman wants to talk, I've got to, yeah, I got to talk. So,
no, I understand.
no, I'm not. I'm not going to. I wouldn't ditch you until Mark is probably gone out of our area because it should back off and crowds and stuff like that, and people wandering around a little bit when Mark
Dude, that
leaves.
place
I
is
would
crazy
think.
all day.
I know.
It is wild. I mean,
I'm just trying to justify me leaving.
though I people are camping out the night before,
I know.
and it rained last year, and they still did it. And even if it rains this year, I'm gonna have to believe that they're gonna camp out again.
Hey, why don't we go over there tonight and like set up a tent and look like we've already started camping out?
It's not a bad idea. Yeah, last year they set up and they played Smash Brothers and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, it's it's unbelievable sometimes the line.
A great time
Yeah,
to be a kid and
we didn't even
enjoy
talk
comics.
about Tall Man. Tall Man in the mall's got stuff going on. They got sales. Yeah, it's a great weekend for sure. And we're gonna be there Saturday, and we hope to see everybody that can make it out and have a safe, free comic book day.
No fighting like on a Black Friday.
No fighting unless you're Spider Man taking on Chili Bear.
Or you're trying to get hey, or you're trying to get to the Resolute Bliss stand because there's such a long line with Mark Spears. If you say
Yeah,
Resolute
yeah, yeah,
Bliss is
yeah.
better than Mark Spears and you need to start moving people to the side, you do it. We're there to
Yep,
support you.
yep. No doubt, no doubt. We appreciate you guys, and we hope to see you all out Saturday.
All right.
Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.
Take care and be careful.